finally I get the courage and muster up the fucking motivation to stream, and then this shit happens. Like, are you serious? I just fucking... Alright, whatever. Hey, right. The candle story's over. And now we are in the reaction section of the stream. No, I want to watch this.
This is the story of Shoko.
I wanted to watch this for so fucking long. And just before I start this, actually, I wanted to also say, no, this is like life of a Yakuza's daughter, right? But how rare is it to see Yakuza out on the streets, though? Like, you know, like I get it. I think Yakuzas don't really use the public transportations. I'm assuming, right? They're like, I'm assuming they have like everything, right? Like cars, whatever, and they probably don't need to leave that far, anyways, right? But anyways, like Yakuzas on the street, right? How rare is it to see one in the fucking outside? And how much power does the Yakuza have? You know, that's what I'm wondering. Like what if you go outside? Like, you know how Japanese people are like super mega on the fucking respect portion of the fucking life, right? They're like, we respect this, we respect that. Everything's about respect. Everything's about bowing down. Everything's about respect. Everything's about showing respect, being respectful and stuff, right? But what if, like, you know, there's even there's like, you shouldn't use your phone on the train, or like you shouldn't talk on your phone on the train or something like that. Like the fucking a guideline. I'm assuming it's probably not a rule, but yeah, so that you don't distract the other people and like get on the nerves. So what if you use your phone in the fucking train and the Yakuza's in there and he gets fucking annoyed at you and he gets fucking pissed? What would the outcome be? What could he do? What could he legally do? Or illegally, but what could he do? Yeah, you know? Could he just fucking beat you up right there? Could he just fuck you up? Could he just kill you? Could he just take you with him to his hideout? Could he torture you? What the fuck?
Tendo, daughter of a Yakuza, survivor of one of the most brutal ordeals that anyone should ever have to go through. Shoko still carries the physical and mental scars of her younger life and
These tattoos are
her
boss.
years of abuse and heartbreak. All the while, her father not only allowed it to happen, but actually encouraged it. Let's take a look inside the life of the most dangerous Yakuza's daughter.
Yakuza. Yakuza.
The world of the Yakuza has often been fantasized by many who view it from the outside. The deadly criminal organization began its origins hundreds of years ago, but became the Yakuza we are more familiar with.
I like how they put subtitles here, so I don't have to bother with these automatically generated subtitles, scuffed ass.
With today, after
taking
World
half
War
the
II.
space of my
By
fucking screen.
1963, the Yakuza had over 180,000 members and had begun to strengthen their grip on Japan. They were not averse to bribing politicians, and soon corruption would become part of the Yakuza way. They make their money from various different criminal.
Yeah, so apparently the Yakuza nowadays, they're not even really into the fucking illegal stuff, right? They're more like entrepreneur stuff, aren't they? They're more of like in the business, in the politics. They're not even like fucking criminally like. I mean, surely they do some criminal stuff still, right? Criminal as in beating up people, killing people, torturing people. I don't know what the fuck, right? But blood related stuff, blood, drugs, arms. Although I don't even think they really do arms dealing and shit. Right. But yeah, I heard that they're mostly just in the politics division now. Politics, stocks, financial, business, financial and stuff, right? They don't even. I think they're really trying to turn a leaf or
including
something.
blackmail,
Like the Yakuza is
extortion,
just.
and of course, the sale of illegal narcotics. Their numbers have been in decline as Japan steers away from simply accepting the Yakuza as part of their society.
Also, if you're not a Yakuza and you walk outside with fucking tatted the fuck up, right? You're immediately visible tattoos and shit. I don't even know, man. I wouldn't even want to fucking try to walk outside with tattoos outside, like, right? Like tattoos in Japan just they just show that you're a criminal, right? No, I mean, obviously that's what they think, right? They're like, this guy's a criminal. This guy's either a criminal or a Yakuza, or he has fucking lost control of his life, right? So if you walk outside with tattoos, do other Yakuza just think like, this bitch ass, this motherfucker? Can they like distinguish? I mean, they probably can distinguish, right? They probably have like lots of different types of tattoos and stuff. Like this, like these guys are the dragon tattoos. These guys are the tigers. These guys are the sheeps. Sheep Yakuza gang? I'll be there.
But one aspect of the Yakuza that isn't talked about as much and explored even less is the woman of Yakuza. As it turns out, this might be for a very good reason, as this case reveals in all its shocking detail. The story of Shoko Tendo is one of heartbreak and tragedy, and one that shocked many, as this victim decided to tell all in a no-holds-barred book that revealed the sickening treatment the Yakuza have committed, and this treatment isn't
She looks like whatever.
Just inflicted on their enemies. Born in 1968,
oh shit,
Shoko was one of just inflicted on their enemies.
Oh damn.
Born in 1968,
The pinky.
Shoko was one of 3 siblings to parents Hiroyasu and Satomi. Shoko was born into the Yakuza and lived in a beautiful house in Sakai, Osaka. They led comfortable lives, with their Yakuza father running several legitimate businesses, as well as his more darker profession. Being a Yakuza came with sacrifice, and going straight was precarious, as the gang tattoos tell any employer exactly what your past would have involved. In fact, Yakuza tattoos affect many parts of their lives, and former members have faced discrimination after their history has been uncovered.
So what are they like?
10 years
Yeah,
old
bitch,
when she
strip?
first experienced
Wanna
this
see your tattoos?
discrimination. After the death of her grandmother, she saw her father and one of her uncles disputing over the will, and she claims her uncle told her father, "You, Yakuza scum, you're not getting a penny of the Tendo family's money." She recalled neighbors would gossip, and she would be treated like an outcast through her school years. During this time, her father was imprisoned, and as Japanese law forbade children between the ages of 4 and 14 from visiting prisons, he did not see him for many years. In his absence, her mother kept an eye on his gang and family businesses.
Damn,
Although her
even the
mother
mother was in
loving and
there.
supportive, she might not have known the extent of the bullying she was experiencing as the daughter of a gangster, and one of these experiences would be an ominous premonition of violence that was yet to come. During an
She doesn't
encounter
look Japanese,
with another
though.
girl,
She
a
looks
group
very
of boys attempted to
American
violate
Japanese.
her. With the help of a friend, she was able to fight them off and escape harm. Her association with the Yakuza and the dangers that come with it had already had an adverse effect on her life, and soon she would discover the true horror of being a gangster's daughter.
On ne devient pas Yakuza quand on est une femme. En revanche, les femmes qui ont épousé les Yakuza
Was married a
sont
member of
totalement
Yakuza,
partie
absolutely part of the group.
Après, leur rôle va dépendre en fait du rang hiérarchique de leur.
The bullying and exclusion eventually took its toll on Shoko. One night, after she was under the influence of paint thinner, she assaulted someone and was
thinner.
sent to refractory school for 8 months. Her life wouldn't get any easier when she returned home. Her father's debts would begin to mount, and life became a living nightmare for Shoko, and her father found the most unforgivable way to pay off his debts. He allowed those he owed money to violate his own
That's just
daughter as
fucking
payment.
disgrace.
She
That's
began
just fucking-
experimenting
what the
heavily
fuck?
with narcotics on a
Disgusting
downward
scumbag.
spiral of her mental and physical health. Some of the men who abused her would violently beat her, and this became her life for several years. By the age of 20, she had been involved with several Yakuza men, most of whom continued to abuse her. She later talked about these encounters, saying, "Every
Oh, is that
time
her?
I met a new man, I thought he would be different. When they cried and said sorry, I forgave them. I never learned. Shoko recalls the last time she took narcotics. It was after another beating in another seedy hotel. But this time, she had an epiphany and recalls, I kept thinking, I don't want to die in a place like this. I was there for an hour and managed to drag myself home. I knew it was time to stop. But she would face the most challenging parts of her life yet, when she was to experience the first loss of a parent.
Tell me it's the
Just
dad.
before she married a gangster,
Don't tell me it's the
Shoko
mom.
was
Tell me
severely
it's the dad.
beaten
Fuck
by
that
an
guy.
ex-boyfriend. Her marriage wouldn't last, and she even claims her husband cut off one of his own fingers, a traditional method of atonement for Yakuza gangsters.
落とした理由もう僕
Oh, that's him?
ここないんですけど、落とした理由っていうのは僕の親分さん、僕が親父って言ってた人ですね。ちょっとしたこう嘘をついてしまったんですよ。その嘘をついた時に僕がなんかもうすごく好きだった親分なんで。
This gruesome act of self-punishment is synonymous to a Yakuza ritual.
がちょっと厳しくて。
But if you cut it, how would you cut it? Is there like a special way to cut it? Could you like use your pinky more than once? Like, you know how like the pinky has like segments, right? Like the hands in general, like has like lots of fragments, right? 1, 2, 3 or whatever, right? I think. I'm assuming. Cause yeah, like if you know like here's one, then there's one, right? And here's probably another one. So could you like cut this one first and then this one? Could you use a pinky for 2 atonements? Oh shit.
費が払えないからと言ってその組織から逃げたりとか逃げたりした時もやっぱり組に戻る以上は何かしらのけじめをつけろと言われてやっぱり指を落として帰って
Shoko would move to
So technically you would have 20, right? No. Yeah, I guess you just oh shit. But imagine cutting it, man. Oh yikes. Dude, that knife better be fucking sharp as fuck. Because if you're cutting through it and then you imagine you can't cut through it in one go. You have to go again. Ah!
Tokyo after she found herself without any money
Or fucking
and
butt
with
your
nowhere
hand.
else
Bam.
to go. She started working in a pachinko parlor and would try to build a better life for herself. But when her mother passed away, she would become consumed by grief and unable to continue life. One night, she swallowed handfuls of sleeping pills in an attempt to take her own life. She would survive the ordeal. When her father died of stomach cancer several years later, instead of reacting as badly as she did with her
Fuck
mother,
that guy.
Shoko saw this as a real chance to turn her life around once and for all. Newly divorced, she took the chance and she returned to work in the red light zone. Within a year, she had opened a savings account. She worked hard and focused on her job relentlessly, and with that perseverance, she was able to save enough to leave the life of a hostess forever. Her story so far had been a roller coaster, and she decided it
That's
was
good
time
for her.
she put
I
pen
mean-
to paper and tell the whole world about the life of a Yakuza daughter.
You know
and
what
what
I
she revealed makes for a shocking read. When she released her book,
Yakuza Moon Shokoten. This book looks fucking nice. Looks like a nice read. I don't know.
Yakuza Moon.
Could be a good read.
Some of the more heartbreaking details of her story include
Nice as
the
an
damage
informational
to
nice,
years
okay,
of
alright.
violation and abuse taken, not just on the state of mind,
Why can't
but
she say
on her health
abuse?
as well. Her scars paint a terrifying picture of how violent Yakuza men could be towards their women. By the time she escaped their world, she had suffered broken bones
Yeah, look.
and
Wait.
teeth, damaged
Shit. Actually, wait. Let me just Google this. And bones. Right. Look at this. Like the phalanges, metacarpals, and the carpals, right? Whatever. Phalanges are these ones, right? Up to here. Like here probably. Bop, bop, bop. And so the phalanges, there's like three of them in here, right? So it's like 1 atonement, 2 atonements, 3 atonements. Ah, shit, I did it again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey. Hey, you know? Hey. Okay, I guess it's more of 1, 2. Because with that gone, it'd be quite gone. Yeah, it'd be quite gone. But yeah, I don't know.
By the time she escaped their world, she had suffered broken bones and teeth, damaged eardrums, missing hair, and had suffered from the repercussion of her narcotic use. So brutal were these injuries that she eventually needed plastic surgery. Yet despite the pain she endured, often with knowledge of her father, she still speaks of him fondly while recalling some of his more violent moments with other members. She describes the first time she saw a Yakuza member after severing his own finger. My mother tried to shield my eyes, but I could still see the blood dripping from his hand. My dad was furious and split the guy's head open with an object in the hall. He said, "Why did you cut your finger off?" Shoko still visits the family cemetery in Sugomo, and even with the difficult relationship between her and her father, he still managed to encourage her in a letter he sent just before his death, where he said, "Shoko, please continue to believe in yourself." And believe in herself she did. Her book sold copies all around the world and have been translated into several languages. The gripping insight into the world of the Yakuza was even approved by some Yakuza members themselves. One of those wrote to her, telling Shoko that her portrayal of a gangster was as accurate as it could be. Maybe writing about her life has somehow helped heal the mental wounds she has endured. But one aspect of the Yakuza will never leave her: the Yakuza tattoo. Instead of shying away from the tattoos that cover her body, Shoko embraces them and sees them as an empowering part of her life. While famous Japanese artists and musicians can freely display their body art, the Yakuza live more concealed lives, and their tattoos have had an effect on the very culture of Japan.
It's just a death sentence, no? Yeah, it's like a public death sentence. If you just show your fucking tattoos, everyone who has the knowledge of that is just gonna be like, bam! Yeah, I don't think like you know, if you're in a Yakuza, if you're a Yakuza gang member and you have a tattoo, I don't think it's for showing off. For showing off to your fucking other gang members, sure, but I don't think it's for showing off to other people. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's more of a mental statement. And I think hiding that actually is even cooler when you're in the Yakuza, right? Hiding that, you're like, only in the most desperate situations will you have to show it, you know?
Many former members experience the kind of discrimination that comes with bearing tattoos, and some even take more extreme methods to live a normal life again.
僕もちょっと入ってるんですけど、ちょこっとだけじゃあお見せしましょうかね。手首まであったのが、今はやっぱりほら、僕建築の仕事してるんで。
But for Shoko, her tattoos would become a lasting part of her life, and she even had more to cover the scars of her youth, covering her body in dragons, flowers, phoenixes, and courtesans. Although, like most former members, she feels the need to cover them up in Japanese society, she still feels the empowerment from her tattoos, and continues to add more, even after she had left the organization. Having seen tattoos from an early age, she became used to them, and even admired them, later saying that, "My father had a huge Buddha on his back, and many of the people who came to our house had tattoos. I knew that made them different from ordinary people, but also that the relationship between them was stronger than blood. I guess I felt that this was the world that I belonged to. I felt at home there." Yakuza tattoos are now becoming less frequent as their numbers decline. It was in 1992 that the Japanese authorities finally stood up to the deadly organization and gave their own people an ultimatum.
This was the beginning of the end for the Yakuzas. The once tolerant police decided to take action against this shadow government.
The Yakuza had infiltrated the stock market, real estate, airport management, and even nuclear power stations.
Are they still? I don't know.
These violent groups were everywhere, in key sectors of the economy.
The Japanese government implemented the Anti-Boryokudan law in 1992. These strict anti-gang laws would not only make it easier for gang bosses to be arrested for the actions of their underlings, it also discouraged businesses from engaging with the Yakuza. In fact, if businesses were caught dealing with them, they would face a range of punishments. This does not just include business meetings or dealings. This can also be simply playing a round of golf with a Yakuza member. By doing
The
this,
fuck?
the police shifted from directly punishing the gangs to allowing the social stigma to do the job for them. The effect was felt almost immediately, with many gangs fading away and the numbers dropping rapidly.
Right, so I think it makes sense. Like if that's the long shit, I think it makes sense for them to go legit, like you know. Like they already got the businesses, right? They already got the business, they already got the money, they already got the people. So I think going legit just means I don't know. I don't know how easy it would be, but I think it's easier than what they're doing now.
Today, they find recruiting members harder than ever, and their numbers have gone from almost 200,000 at their peak to less than 40,000 today. Shoko Tendo is set to write a follow-up to her first book and is now living as a single mother with a young child herself. She has talks about her new partner as a world away from the men she grew up with, describing him as almost comically different, very gentle and almost feminine. He freaks out when he sees my tattoos and tells me to cover them when we're out. But she maintains a happy and healthy life, living as an author and helping to educate Japan and the world on the life of a Yakuza daughter. Shoko Tendo's story is both heartbreaking and inspiring. She took herself from being an beaten victim into
Just say
a
abuse?
writer,
The fuck?
a mother, and an empowering woman. She continues to inspire to this day and embraces her past while looking only to her future. Let me know what you think of the case of Shoko Tendo. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the murky world of the criminal underworld.
So
Like and subscribe for more of the.
So look, like a tattoo like this, right? Which covers the fucking tits of that guy, not of women. Would that be seen as lower, like lower level than others? Like when they're full? Is that like a thing? Like the higher you rise, the fuller it gets, or is it just that everyone can decide how they want them to be? Like, where's that guy? There wasn't that the dude, right? Where is he?
To her future. Let me know what you think of the case of Shoko Tendo, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.
Like this guy's covered a hole like this, right? So is he like higher in status than these two? That is a question. I like that. That's nice. Euphobia. What does it do? Alright, dude. I'll give it that. Oh. The man. Right. Welcome to Euphobia, a channel dedicated to giving you a weekly fix of horror and true crime, like stories of mysterious deaths, the life of the most evil people on earth, and 1 million and 1 in a million disasters. Well, you're going to love it here. If you've got the guts to watch our videos and stick around, things are about to get creepy. Right. Japanese most violent biker gangs. Sure. Sure, you know, sounds good, sounds good. Wait, let me remove this one. So that is her. She wrote in the first book. She lives in Tokyo with a young daughter and works as a freelance writer. So this is her? I hear them. Alright, this is whatever language that is. Jesus. Damn. Beep boop. Hey, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And leave a like, subscribe, comment. I do reply. And maybe I'll see you around. See ya.